Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to my one block world. We are still currently armorless, but fear not, that is on our list of things to do today. I have gathered almost everything, so all of the ones with the oak planks are completely done. We do have our new fortune pickaxe. We can make all of our tools. We can make our chest plate and our leggings, but we just need, for our helmet, we need respiration and aqua affinity, and for our boots, we need feather falling and depth strider. But unfortunately, it has been a little bit slow going getting all of these levels, and we just have so much we have to do if I want to be back at the level I feel like I was before I fell to my death. And one of the things I've currently been struggling with is food, because I just do not have enough food right now. But fear not, I have done some thinking in between videos, and I thought, what is one way that I can get my levels up so that I can continue to roll my enchantments and hopefully get the right armor and stuff we need. And I can also, work on getting some more food. And I came up with the best solution ever, and that is villagers. Yes. Who would have thought that villagers once again save the day? I've been working with villagers a lot these last few videos. I've worked with them for the first time to get some of my armor and tool enchantments, and that has been really, really awesome. But one other thing that villagers can give us is golden carrots. So if I get a farmer villager up to the max level, he should be able to give us some golden carrots. So I do have a farmer villager ready. His first trades want either wheat or potatoes, which is why we just planted a couple more potatoes. But if we ever get him all the way to the max level, then he will be willing to trade with us some golden carrots for some emeralds, of course. But nevertheless, I think it is a good step to start working on that now. And then hopefully, if we just spend a little bit of time farming today, then we should be able to be back on track and build everything we could ever need. The next build project, in case you have been missing the last few videos, the next proposed build project is okay, now this guy's locked in. I want to be building a iron farm, and I could start it right now. I think I have everything I need for it, but I would like to have my armor in place, because this feels a little bit risky to do without armor. So that is why we are currently just going to have to be a little bit more patient. But we are so very close. Like I said, we kind of just need like 2 different enchants on these things, and then we can have our entire armor set made. And so, unfortunately, there is going to be nothing to do but wait for that field all the way over there, and then wait for these mobs to spawn. So that is what I will be doing today, and then hopefully by the next video we will be so very, very ready to build the iron farm. I do think what I will be doing is I'm going to, let me actually load this in for a second. I'm going to replace this build with the iron farm, because this does not work, because squids do not spawn naturally. So unfortunately we are gonna have to try something else. I think we'll just use this space hopefully to try and build the iron farm. I think it should be doable. And that way we're not just, leaving a bunch of old broken builds just hanging around. So I will be doing a little bit of an iron farm over there. Like I said, we have to be a little bit more busy with farming now, especially if we're trying to get the villager all the way up to the max level. But these villagers have honestly been a lot of fun to learn. It was a little bit difficult, I think, to get started, especially because I just didn't really know much about villager trading or villager anything, and so to figure out the mechanics was a little bit tough, because villagers can get infected by zombies, I think, in like a normal level game, which this is, but then there's a chance that they just die to the attack rather than turn into a zombie. So you have to turn your game into the more difficult mode, which just feels very unnatural to me. And I did, as I was editing one of those videos, realize I never turned my game back from difficult into normal, which explained why I was almost dying so frequently that one specific video. But I think my game is at the right setting now. Yeah, we are on normal, but it's been a lot of fun learning, and honestly I think I like the way I did it, which was just a little bit of research, but for the main part just kind of figuring out myself, because it makes it feel like I don't know, it feels logical to me, because I obviously thought of the process myself. And so it makes sense to me the way that I'm doing things, and I think I'll remember it easier, which is always nice. But now I have so many villagers, and I want to figure out just all of their trades ever. But also I know that's not really possible. I could probably Google it, but I've just been kind of like, when I need a specific villager for something, then I'll like figure out if I can get that trade or not, which is why right now we're gonna get a farming villager up to the max level, which is a little bit of a long process, but we've done it once with our mending villager so that we could also get some name tags. But so far we're learning and we're having a good time. And you know what, it's been really nice. Something I didn't know at all with villagers. I knew iron golems would spawn, obviously that's the whole premise behind the iron farm I'm gonna build, but they also somehow spawn with cats, which I don't know if that's vanilla Minecraft or if it's just what's been changed in this mod, but there's just a bunch of untamed cats walking around my island now, and I love cats. So this has been a wonderful time. And I also say with like my wandering villager and the couple of villagers we've had show up that have decided to stay, it's just been really nice to sometimes have another just being walking around in my space. It feels like a lot of the time, right, we start out in this desolate island, nothing around us, and now all of a sudden we've got all of these people walking and being around here, and it's just been really fun and cool and awesome. And as you can see, as much as I love to yap and could yap forever, I also have no patience. So what I think I'm gonna do is, because farming XP this way is a little bit slow, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna turn what I have into the right tools and stuff. I've decided. So let's make ourselves these pieces of armor. I hope we have enough experience for all of this. Protection, mending, unbreaking. That's not the right thing. And unbreaking. Of course we don't. Okay. And then we do these guys. Okay, what is so expensive here? Okay, well, we're gonna need more levels, it appears. But I was gonna go into the Nether and get my stuff figured out there, because we do have a sort of mob farm there as well. But seeing as this is the current state of just about everything, I don't think that's gonna be an option. Okay, so this is all a little bit too expensive. We're gonna have to be a little bit more patient, and that's okay. We have 0 levels right now. So what I am going to do is I'm gonna risk it all and go into the Nether with 0 armor. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a terrible idea. But what is life without a little bit of risk? All I really risk losing right now is my sword. So I think we should be okay. Do I have any leftover food? You see, this is the issue. This is why I feel like we need to set up trades. This will have to do for now. And let me honestly grab this bow so I can aggro any further away mobs. It's been forever since we've been in the Nether, so I think let's just go in and have a grand old time. And hopefully it is relatively safe in there for us. And let's see how quickly we can gather some levels. We have obviously made the Nether quite safe over the years, which is awesome. Let me see if I can... Okay, these are cobblestone. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to kill these mobs first because they will aggro me if I hit the other mobs. So I'm being smart. I've learned the Nether, which has been pretty fun as well. The Nether is a scary place, but I've really enjoyed learning how to deal with that. Okay, don't look at my jumping skills. Apparently today is not the day for me to be jumping, and that's okay. Let me do this. Let me go over here. Let me kill these guys. But the Nether has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed learning the Nether. And I feel a lot more confident in the Nether nowadays, you know? I don't think I ever in the past would have come into the Nether with 0 armor. And of course, I know I've made the Nether incredibly safe, but at the same time, you know? Still pretty cool. Let's see what I can do. I might... Okay, no, this is... Oh, I didn't bring any pickaxe. I was gonna break these blocks. But that's fine. I don't need to break blocks. I can just go up a little bit higher. Yes. There we go. And we're about to get just all of the levels ever. This mob farm is slightly more dangerous because, well, it hasn't been designed with, like, safety in mind, but also because it is in the Nether. But I have really, really enjoyed this Nether farm because I think it gets us our levels really, really quickly, which I'm definitely not going to complain about. Unfortunately, despite my best efforts, I still have yet to figure out how we spawn blazes in this world, which is just a crazy problem to have. But we do know that sometimes blazes spawn right over here, like right near this Nether portal, so we have tried to build like a little box up top, which is built from obsidian, because I figured if they like spawning here, it's potentially because they like obsidian boxes, or like as blocks to spawn in, or they just like this biome. But so far I've been yet really able to pinpoint how stuff spawns. Is that Enderman gonna come bother me again? Probably not, right? I think we'll be fine. But no, honestly, this farm is great. Just because of how quickly nether mobs spawn, especially the zombified piglin, and because they aggro once you hit one of them, it's been a really easy going farm. Like, this isn't even like designed to be a farm, but it just works as a farm so well because of that mechanic, which has been quite fun indeed. And now that I have this little box, another failed experiment, you'll see lots of those around here, but now that I have this box, there's a secondary spawn location, which I can go and bother mobs at, which definitely I will not be complaining about, because while I'm here, the other mobs down there are going to be spawning. And here we go. We have a couple of different spawn boxes, because I was trying to figure out if anything was biome locked. So over here, you have a whole bunch of these pigs that are spawning, because for whatever reason they like this biome. I don't know, don't ask me why. Then over here, we have a bunch of magma cubes, because they like this specific biome, which I think we're in the basalt biome based on the color of the sky. Which is wild that I've somehow developed enough Minecraft knowledge to base stuff on the color of the sky. This is a failed blaze spawn area. This is how blazes would spawn best if there was a blaze spawner in the center. And way over there in the back is another bigger spawner area that I built with the sole purpose of hopefully getting over my fear of the nether, so there is less of a barrier and I'd have to actually fight the mobs a little bit myself, which I will most certainly not be doing with 0 armor. But nevertheless, it was a fun experiment as well. So the nether has really been a lot of fun in this world because I don't know, I feel like I've grown a lot from my nether learning. I say it a lot with this world that I feel like I grow with a lot of it just because I do just continually learn and kind of face a lot of fear I have within Minecraft, which is crazy because it's a video game. Why am I fearing anything? But at the same time, you know, there's areas of Minecraft that I struggle with, and this world has been a great opportunity to learn how to get better at those areas. So I have really been enjoying this world, and I hope you have as well. It's honestly wild to me that I've been playing in like one Minecraft world for like a year, and I still feel like there's more I can do here, more content to make. Obviously, when I, you know, play Minecraft by myself, I can play Minecraft forever because I love running around exploring in Minecraft and also just mining. But to still be in this world where I don't really have those things that I necessarily love about Minecraft, right? I don't have the option to go exploring or to really go mining, and to still be able to play this a year later has been really cool. And I think that is also because I've had to learn so many new things, especially mob farm building, which is really fun when you think about it. And definitely something I could bring into my other worlds because, you know, after I learn how to make this iron farm, for example, I'm always going to need iron in every world. especially modded Minecraft iron is pretty important. And so to now kind of have built that knowledge through this world is really cool because I know I'll be able to use it forever and ever and ever. And this nether mob farm that isn't technically even a mob farm but just a platform that mobs spawn at is awesome because oh my goodness, the levels I get from this, so much quicker. It's been awesome. And I think we'll be able to go back into our overworld, hopefully make all of our remaining pieces of armor so that I can continue to farm some levels here. And hopefully then we'll be able to get all of our armor nice and made. And we will be safe once more. That is the goal. And once all of that has been done, I can finally get back on track of making my iron farm. We were doing so well, we were so on track. I had all of these goals, ambitions, dreams, and then obviously I fell out of the world. Because why wouldn't I fall out of the world, you know? But yeah, that was a hard hit. So definitely glad it's quite safe up here right now. I honestly cannot believe I fell out of the world like that. That was a crazy day for sure, but honestly I've kind of enjoyed having to refocus and get some armor and stuff. Okay, I will be back for you guys, don't you worry about it. Let's see how much of this stuff I can put away. This guy goes over here. Let me put this guy in here for now. There we go. Let's see how much of our armor we can get right now. Oh, new traits. Don't mind if I do. There we go. Okay, that's where he is. But see, I honestly have no idea where he's at. Zombie flesh for iron is a good deal. And do we care about anything else? Not particularly. We can do 5 trades with this villager every cycle. So 23 times 5 is a lot. It's over 100. So I'm not going to do the math and I'm just going to grab 2 stacks. And then we just have to walk this path twice, but then we'll have a lot of iron and that'll be nice. Well, not a lot, but this is honestly one of the better ways to get iron. Just because it is pretty much free for us. There we go. Because we do already just have all of this rotten flesh lying around. And how else am I gonna start doing massive projects like this failed squid farm, which needed like 100 hoppers, if I don't have easy access to iron? Which is why we need this iron farm desperately. That's all we really need. And so I think I have finally come full circle to explain exactly why we're doing what we are doing. Let's see how lucky I can be with a couple of enchants here. So I don't think either of these were giving me what I wanted. Let's see the book. Respiration 1. Okay, let's just try rolling. Yikes, that is just like absolutely the last thing we need. And now because it would be a whole trek to just go back for those 3 levels, what I am gonna continue to do is just combine these books. That is the wrong thing. How devastating that would be, by the way. And let's see if I can do some of this. 16, I will take it. And so right now we have 1 of our levels. This guy also needs 16, so I guess we'll do that the next time we are back. Let's see if we can combine these 2. 7, just a bit too much for us right now. But what I will do before I actually wear this armor is upgrade it to netherite. Hopefully I have everything I could possibly need. Okay, we have 1 of these. And then I'm gonna need actual netherite as well. For which we are gonna have to smelt a little bit more gold. There we go. Let's just get these guys smelting because we always need more gold up in here. Let's make some of these. And just like that, I need... The iron golems are awesome. I need this little guy. Just this little guy. And I can put this back in here as well. And we officially will have our first piece of armor back, like nothing happened in the first place. You know what we might start doing one of these days as well, once I have this armor? I think it's time. I think it's time I bite the bullet. If we're going all the way to this effort of making a new set of armor, I think it's time that I do something else I've never done in Minecraft before, and I have a look at some of these smithing armor trims. I think that could be really fun. We have Host, Sharper, Wayfinder, and Razor. So I'll have a look to see if any of those are fun, and maybe once we get our whole new set of armor, we will be able to get the coolest armor ever. But we are slowly but surely getting back up into our former glory. We have our chestplate, we have our sword, and everything else will follow shortly. But what you just saw me do, going into the Nether, getting 30 levels, running back, is what I am about to do for the next little bit, hopefully in between videos, so that we get everything back, so that we are then on track to build our iron farm, decorate our armor, and continue progressing in this wonderful, wonderful one-block world where everything we've built ourselves, and it is awesome. I love this world. Hopefully you enjoy this world as well. If you have any tips or tricks, maybe how I can get my levels faster, how I can increase the odds of getting the right enchants on my armor with the enchantment table, or any other things you want to see me build or do in this world, definitely let me know. I do believe we can also actually do trial chambers in this modded world, so if I get my armor back, maybe that's something we think about doing to face my fears and go into a trial chamber for the first time ever as well. But for now, we simply have to be a little bit patient as we get back up to the level we were before the Great Fall. The Great Fall of 2025, I guess, because it is a year ago now. Well, not a year ago, but it is last year. Which is always fun to do at the start of the year. But enough for me. I'm stalling because I know I'm about to be waiting at this mob farm forever and ever, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I do always appreciate all of your support. Hopefully you've all had a wonderful, wonderful start to the new year and are excited for yet another exciting year following me on my journey. I appreciate all of you, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon in this world or the next. Alright, have a good one. Bye bye!